Hello and welcome back to Drewster Gamer FC, and we are back with Level 22 Premier League. This is Season 2, Episode 9, and I would like to address something because in the thumbnail of the last episode I've got the badge of Takaloniston Reserve, but the badge that represents the whole club. And we didn't play them in the last episode. We played Northwich, Medics Reserve, and we played Waveney under 21s. So I apologise. Takalonis done reserves and Eastern under 21s badge. So those two clubs that I just mentioned, Takalonis and Eastern, will both feature on will be on the thumbnail of today's episode. So I'd like to dress that up just in case you guys had commented or comment about the mistake of episode 8 thumbnail, and I'll make sure to correct that. But before we actually get into playing any games, I would like to address a comment that a fan has made. So I put a post up saying, let me know your guys' favourite teams you support, and so I can have a look at how they're doing in my save. So one of my viewers and probably subscriber as well, I think, Jammy Little Sod has said Rainus Park Vale FC. So let's have a look to see if we can find Rainus Park I think it's Rainus Park. There we go, Rainus Park Vale. So they are in the Isthmian League Division 1 South. And they were formed in 1995, for anybody who didn't know that. And we're going to do a bit of history. So, club background. Formed in 1995, as I said, are semi-professional. Rainus Park Vale are a semi-professional club playing in the Isthmian League Division 1 South Central. Rainus Park narrowly failed to win promotion from the Isthmian League Division 1 South last term. The club play their home games at Grand Drive and possess poor training facilities and poor youth facilities. The club has a basic academy coach with no real competition history of note. The Vale club with a trophy cabinet waiting to be filled. So if we look at their schedule for the 24-25 season, they started their season with the Emirates FA Cup preliminary round against Spelthorne Sport, winning 2-1. And they were at home. For their first 4 games, they are at home. So the first league game against Chipstead, they lost 2-1. And then they beat Ascot United 2-1. Then they beat this team here that I can't quite pronounce 2-1. And then they beat Sutton Common 2-1. So not a bad start to the season. And then they drew to Dale Town in the Emirates FA Cup first qualifying round, meaning that they will have a replay, which they went on to win 2-1 against Dale Town. Back at home, they were away in the first game, and then in the replay they were at home, and then they were away in the FA Trophy first qualifying round against Phoenix Sport and winning 2-0, meaning they progressed to the next round. And then in the league, they lost 2-1 to Northwood. And then in the second qualifying round, they played Canterbury City and won 3-1. And then back in league action, they won 2-1 against South Park. And then in the second qualifying round, they drew 1-1 to Eastbourne Town and lost on penalties. And then they lost to Hartley Whitney 2-1 in the league. And then in the FA Cup third qualifying round, lost to Melksham Town 1-0. With the 2 cup games that they lost and then the league game they lost sparked a run of games where they have lost. So back in league action after the Emirates FA Cup in October, they lost 2-0 to Potters Bar at home, and then lost 2-1 at home to Marlow, and then lost 2-1 away to Marlow, and then lost 2-1 at home to Metropolitan Police, and then went away from home, winning 2-1 against Bracknell, which you would have thought would have got their form back, would have got their good form back, but then back at home in the Velocity Cup first round, they lost 2-0 to this team here. And then back in the league at home, back-to-back home games, they lost 2-1 to Bedfont Sport, and then drew 1-0 to Felix Sport. And then away from home, they lost to Bagshot Lee, and then drew 1-0 to Ashford Town. And then in November, they kick-started with a league game in November against Thatcham, losing 2-0, and then lost 2-0 to Rhinos Lane, and then lost 2-1 to AFC Dunstable, and then lost 2-1 to Merstham, and then sparked a run of 3 draws. They had a draw against Chertsey Town, and then Kingstonen, and then Chipstead. And then December, they lost every league game in December, losing 2-0 to Ascot, losing 1-0 to Marlow, and then losing 2-0 to Met Police. And then in January, they drew 1-0 to Sutton Common, then 1-0 to Felix Sport, and then won 1-0 against Thatcham. Which then they had an alright February, losing only 1 game in February. They won 2-0 against Northwood away, and then lost 2-1 at home to Ashford, and then won 2-0 against South Park, and then beat Rhinos Lane 2-1. And then the start of March, they drew 1-0 to Hartley Whitney, and they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games remaining. So in the league, that has left them 17th in the league. Hopefully they don't get relegated. So they have scored 32 goals, conceding 44, have a -12 goal difference. So they can be in danger of going into the relegation zone. And let's have a look, see how they did last time out. Aha, current season. 23-24 season. They had missed out on probably getting promoted. They had finished on 83 points. So there's a massive turnaround on them not doing so well in the 24-25 season. So we'll go and have a look at their schedule for the 23-24 season, which saw them win the FA Cup extra preliminary round against Bearsted, winning 3-1, and then they beat first game of the season in 23-24 season. They beat Marlow 2-1, and then they won the preliminary round in the FA Cup against Kennington 4-0, and then back at home they drew 2-2 to Guernsey, and then won 1-0 against Westfield, and then won 2-0 against Northwood. And then in the FA Cup first qualifying round they beat Birkenham Town 3-1, and then back in the league they won against Binfield 2-0 at home, and then in the FA Trophy first qualifying round they won 1-0 against similar opponent I think they had this season, and then they drew 0-0 against Ashford at home, and then in the second qualifying round they lost 1-0 to Dover, and then back in the league they lost 2-0 to Corinthian Casuals, and then in the FA Trophy second qualifying round they won on penalties after drawing 1-0 against Sutton Common, and then back in the league against Thatcham they won 2-1, and then won 2-0 against Hartley Whitney, and then in October they won 2-1 against Chipstead, and then lost 1-0 to United, and then lost 2-0 to Uxbridge before they won again against Hanworth Villa 1-0. And then in the Velocity Cup first round they drew 0-0 and then lost on penalties, and then back in league action against Ascot United drew 1-0, and then Bad Shot Lee won 2-1, and then against Southall they drew 1-0, and then they drew 1-0 against Leatherhead. I just realised the United game was the FA Trophy third qualifying round. And then league action in November against South Park, they won 2-1, and then Chertsey away they lost 2-1, and then they beat Sutton Common 1-0, and then beat Met Police 2-0, and then start of December they lost 3-0 to Marlow away, and then lost 3-2 to Leatherhead before they went away to Guernsey and drew 1-0, and then came back home against Westfield and won 2-0. And then in January they won 3-1 against Northwood away, and then back at home they lost 1-0 to Uxbridge, and then away to Binfield they won 2-1, and then in February they won 3 out of the 4 games by beating Ashford 2-0, beating South Park 2-0, and then beating Corinthian Casuals 3-0, and then beating Bagshot, and then losing to Bagshot Lee away from home 1-0. And then in March they were unbeaten in March, starting off with a home win against Thatcham 2-0, and then drawing 1-0 to Hartley Whitney away from home, and then back at home beating Chipstead 2-0, and then beating Handsworth Villa 2-1, and then drawing 1-0 to Ascot United. And then in April they won every game in April, beating Southall 3-1, beating Chertsey 2-0, South Commons 2-0 as well, and then beating Met Police 2-1, and then losing the last game of the season against Ashford 2-1. So that is how Rayners Park Vale FC have got on, and that's how they got on. Jammy little sod. So keep sending over the teams that you support in the post that I made, and then I'll check them out. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that one, Jabby Little Sod, and leave a comment under this video to leave your thoughts on how your team got on in the 23-24 season and so far the 24-25 season. So yeah, so further ado, we're going to get back into action. And we're going to get on with the game against Tacalonis Reserves and the game against Eastern Under-21s. So we're at home for the Tacalonis Reserve game, and we are away for the Eastern Under-21 game. So we're just going to do the post-match press conference of our game against Waverley. As I will remind you, we beat Waverley Under-21s 2-0. And if you remember, we lost to Swaffham Town 3-0, which is our first defeat in 2 seasons. So let's get into this post-match interview. So we're spoken to Spo TV News. Victory for your side today makes it all sweeter with the result at Shoemaker Lane, where Swaffham Town Under-21 suffered a defeat. How significant could today's become at the end of the season? I saw their result and I'm certainly pleased we've been able to gain something of an advantage. Gregory Frankenborg was a standout performer. How did you get their award-winning display? He's a good player and he's enjoying football. When he plays, he likes making everyone else better too. BRS United manager Harley Rogers was spotted in the crowd today, following recent speculation that he's interested in signing. Keedle, would you be willing to discuss? I don't think it's going to happen, no. New signing Josh Baker made his debut today from the bench. Will Baker be in your 30 plans soon? Absolutely, I don't want to rush him. Robertson's new position seems to suit him down to the ground. How pleased are you as his manager? It's not for me to take any of the plaudits. It's all down to the hour of hard work Bobby has put in over the period of weeks and months to reach this point. So that's that interview done. And now we're just going to sim up to our next game. So, we have 4 games left remaining. And we're currently in the driving seat to get promoted and win the league. At the moment, as I'll show you, we are on 35 points. 4 points clear of Swaffham Town Under-21s. So hopefully, if we win our next game, hopefully that gap could widen and we go up to 38 points. No, yeah, 38 points. And hopefully we can go 7 points clear. Hopefully. And that will definitely be ours to lose if we do go 7 points clear after the next game and then somehow not win the league. So that could be ours to lose. So we need to do offer a contract to Tom Hayes. Oh, we've already done that. Hopefully he doesn't leave. Weekly staff meeting. We're going to replace one of our players on the loan list. So we're just praising Gregory Frankenborg. Just saying I'm really pleased for him after his recent run of form. I really can't believe at this moment in time that we're coming to an end of season 2 and going into our 3rd season. I didn't think I was going to be able to do it this quickly, get to our 3rd season, but I have. And when we get to the end of the 3rd season, I'm going to also film another save, but I won't give anything away now on what save I'm going to be doing. I might give a little bit more information partway through season 3 of the Royal Oak save, or I might just tease you guys until the video of the new series is out. So Bobby Robson has now signed a new contract. So hopefully that keeps interest for him away for the moment. I'm giving another contract to Oliver Skinner due to Blackstone making an approach for him. Anyway, let's have a look. Oh, Blackstone is semi-professional. Oh, they're a semi-professional club. And Tom McMurray has got interest. Why's that come up twice? I'm really so confused right now. Let's click on that again. Okay, got interest from an amateur club. But this amateur club plays level 13 of English football. So that's much closer to semi-professional football than we are. So that could be tempting if he goes and plays for that team and then gets a promotion, for example. Because we are level 19. And with our promotion, we'll be level 18 next season if we get promoted. So further ado, we'll get ourselves to the game because we've got 7 days until our next game. So, got two inboxes. Some team Harlow Town, who are semi-professional, making offer for Dylan Bebb, which we're going to offer Dylan Bebb a contract. And then don't need to offer Skinner a contract, we already did that. So we got another weekly staff meeting before we play Takaloniston reserves. So we're just going to update you guys. So players that have made the most appearances without coming off the bench is our goalkeeper, as you can see here, Keedle, and then it will be Rowlands, then Tom Hayes, and then Kyle Jones, then Bradley Simmons, Jack Holden, Tom McMaureen, Dylan Bebb, Ben Steele, Freddie Stanley, Bobby Robson, Kieran Parson, Caleb Harvey, the same with Memon, the same amount of appearances, and Ben Lewis, and then Roman Ismail joint amount of appearances with Ashley Harris, Tom Oldby, and Gregory Frankenborg, and then Oliver Skinner and Bradley Wood-Garness both on 4 appearances, same with Jack Ward, and then Josh Baker had 1 appearance off the bench. So we're going to go in terms of who's got the most goals. Dylan Bebb's got the most goals with 8, and then joint second is Ben Stills and Armando Mema, and then Roman Ismail is the 3rd best goal scorer in the team. And then the most assists in the team is Armando Mema. Joint second is Bobby Robson and Gregory Frankenborg. And then Dylan Bebb is the 3rd best assister in the team. So it shows that, yes, someone might have a little bit more assists than the rest, but it shows that the assists are being spread across the team. We've got different players assisting each other. So yeah. Actually, let's go to the squad. Just have a look. Let's go transfers and have a look, see, like, transfer history. So, for this season we've had 9 players join us this season, and then we had 1 player that left us, and then last season we had 1, 2. We had so many players last season that joined us. That's 21 players. And then we had 1 that left. So let's quickly just have a look at something. Go to the under 21 squad. Yeah, so a few of these players are down in like the under 21s and the under 18s. So yeah, so there's a few players here. If we go by general information, that we will probably need to look to replace. For example, Bradley Wood-Garness might have one more season in him before we think about looking to replace Bradley Wood-Garness. I'll probably look to how many seasons will be at this keeper for? Only had him for one season. Guido. Where's the other keeps? Did we have a keeper that left us? Oh no, I think we only had one keeper for a while, didn't we? So we've got to attend a weekly staff meeting now. And yeah, let's move on. So Tom Hayes has committed his future with the club until another club comes in for him, and then he'll have to do all over again. So, inboxes. Yeah, as I just said, we'll need to offer Tom Hayes another contract because he's got interest from clubs again. So, we're going to continue. We've got 3 days until the game. So, Blackstone have made an approach with Dylan Bebb. I think we offered Dylan Bebb a contract already. Yes, we have. Already offered Tom Hayes. Offer for Armando Mema. I think we need to offer him a contract. Yes, we do. Mema's unwilling to sign a contract as he isn't prepared to renew his contract at this time as a result of interest being shown to him from elsewhere. Oh god, so it looks like Mema could be leaving us. That's something I was not anticipating. I was not anticipating for Mema to leave us anytime soon. I was expecting him to have him for a 3rd season, but unfortunately, sometimes you just can't stop a player from leaving sometimes, because sometimes they got to think about their career, and if they want to progress in football, then sometimes they might have to go off to bigger and better things. But at least they could always look back playing for us as like happy times. Promotion race heads down to the wire. Hey, what? Royal Oak and Horsham Athletic face a two-way battle for promotion. Royal Oaks are clear favourites to secure promotion. Why are we talking about Horsham? Where all these reserves and under-21s cannot get promoted. I am so confused. Anyway. So we've got 2 inboxes. Ooh. Got some selection advice, which I will take into consideration. Loving this 4-2-4. It's basically a 4-4-2, but was just like the players that play out wide and just go up forward. So it's almost like it's creating a 4 up front. So Wobby is still injured. So we will let him finish his rehabilitation phase. Yep, Beb's doing well, but I'm going to allow Roman Ismail to come in. And then, as Oliver Skinner hasn't done so well and hasn't played many games, I feel that we're going to allow him to come in for Ben Steele. Because Ben Steele is like 30, so not saying his age matters, but let's give younger player a chance. And then Josh Baker gonna start ahead of Bradley Simmons, because Bradley Simmons I think has played most times this season. Gonna keep Gregory Frankenbull, keep Bobby Robson, bring out Freddie Stanley for the game. Keep the keepers the same. Who am I gonna bring up? Let's bring Ashley Harris off. And then Bradley Simmons, you're going to get replaced by Tom McMaureen on the bench. And then, yeah, that's the lineup we're going to go with. Sticking with the same, pretty much, for up front and everything. That's it, no. We made a few changes for the game. That could come back to bite us. But at the end of the day, we're giving other players opportunities to have a little bit more game time and give players who've been on the bench for quite a bit of the season to come off and start and show us what they are made of. So Rylock can potentially become champions with one more right result. Are you confident of seeing it through and getting the required result? We put ourselves in the best position we possibly can, so I have faith in the players. We will now see it through. Has the 13-day gap between fixes affected your preparation for this match? I'm not concerned myself with what has happened prior to the match. My focus solely is what is ahead, with everything coming to a head-to-head in the title race. Do you think you'll become Central and South Norfolk League Division 3 champions? Why have you picked your own team? You seem very confident of seeing this through. I think we've got everything it takes to get it over the line first. So this is a big, big game. We could potentially become either champions or secure the first promotion spot. Why are we having to hold it? We're having to hold a team meeting. So I think it would be a good idea to hold a team meeting to give players some words of encouragement ahead of the next fixture, as it is crucial to our ongoing title battle. I think we get the best reaction if we ease the pressure of the players. Blah blah. Okay, let's go into this. Everybody's going to be hyping this matchup as something of a type decider. I don't want you to pay attention to that. It's just another match as far as we're concerned. We can only control our performance, make sure we play well as we can, and see what happens. Well done, Mema. Love that response from you there, Mema. I know we're not all. I'm happy with that, and everyone who. For anyone who disagrees, I hear and respect your views. I don't think anyone really disagreed. Tom Maureen, they make an offer for Tom Maureen. Let's do director of football for that. Armando Mema. Oh, he's the one that wasn't going to sign anything just yet. So, Roman Ismail was the best in training this week. Armando Mema was the worst in training. Right, Ismail, let's put an arm around him. Tom Maureen was joint with Roman Ismail, and then Bobby Robson was third behind him. So we got our first game of the episode. We had quite a bit of things to talk about leading up to this game. Dealing with players and looking up teams for our viewers and our subscribers. So I don't mind looking them up. Looking up how your team's getting on. So here we go. So the big clash is University of East Anglia versus Swaffham Town under 21s. Dylan Bebb. Do we need to offer a contract to Bebb? Already done that. Oliver Skinner. Do we need to offer you a contract? We've already done that. So we need Swaffham Town to lose their game and us to win our game, because I'm still not quite sure if a draw would make us champions. Darlington under 18s absolutely smashed Royal Oak under 18s 4-0. And we are now 10th in the National U18 League North East. Tom Woodby could not be picked ahead of this game, and that's why he's not on the bench. So we're going to go straight into team selection, submit the team. Someone said, I think this is our best team, and then we'll put Frankie Borg starting good. So let's get into this game. So Royal Oak in the last 5 games, we drew, lost 1-1. And we don't know about the recent form with Tacalona's to reserves, because they're a reserve team, so the W's and the R's don't come up. So, Tackle reserves have kicked off. So we're just looking to get this ball back. Brilliant work to get the ball back, but unfortunately we have given it away not long afterwards. And now we have given away a free kick with Jack Holden fouling one of their players. So Tackle reserves whips the ball in, but it's been cleared. Will Baker get onto the loose ball? Tackle reserves get onto the loose ball instead. We're making them have to play around the back, and they're panicking because they're playing longer balls forward, which I don't think this team normally does. Tackle Oniston. And now Royal Oak are surging forward. What can Royal Oak do here? Funkin' ball plays it to Heavey. Heavey plays it back to Baker. Baker to Heavey. What can Heavey do here? Heavey goes for goal. It's saved and out for a corner. So the corner's going to get whipped in with Robertson. Header over the bar and out for a Tackle Oniston reserve goal kick. So we got 112 people in attendance of today's game, potentially witnessing what could be a title decided game. Baker, go on Baker, plays it forward to Frankenborg. Frankenborg goes down line. They're looking for a crossing position, which he does. And Bobby Robson gets on the end of a Gregory Frankenborg cross, and Bobby Robson puts Royal Oak 1-0 up. Come on, boys. We can do this. Second title in 2 seasons, potentially. Can we get that title? Can we do it early? So we don't have to rely on the remaining 3 games after this. Fantastic play. Got another highlight with Kieran Pearson. Gives it to Bobby Robson, who gives it to Heavey. Heavey plays it back to Hayes. Then Hayes to Heavey, and Gregory Frankenborg with the header. Bounces off the crossbar and has been cleared and out for a Royal Oak throw-in. So we are coming up to 10 minutes played, and it is 1-0 Royal Oak in what is a very, very wet, rainy day. Robertson puts the ball into Ismail. Ismail plays it out wide to Jack Holden. Holden to Gregory Frankenborg, and penalty. One of their Tackle Oniston reserve players clattered Frankenborg. And who's stepping up to take the penalty? It is Roman Ismail. Roman Ismail had his penalty saved, but the save directed it out for a Royal Oak corner, which Bobby Robson will be taking, which he whips it in, but it's been cleared only as far as a Royal Oak player. So we're coming up to 20 minutes played, and it's still 1-0 Royal Oak, and Royal Oak are absolutely dominating with 7 shots, 4 on target, 5 corners. Whilst on the other hand, Tackle Owners reserves haven't registered a single shot and haven't had a single corner. Lovely ball forward, straight to our keeper, And the keeper's going to lump the ball forward as well, which didn't fall to one of his teammates, and it is away with tackle owners and reserves, which they are passing it around nicely but struggling in the process to get themselves upfield. And Skinner gets the ball back, gives it to Ismail. Roman Ismail. What can Roman Ismail do? Gives it to Gregory Frankenborg. Gregory Frankenborg goes for goal, but it's gone wide. So there's another highlight. And Ismail heads the ball down to Skinner. Skinner gives it to Bobby Robson, who goes back to Pearson, who goes to Heavey. Heavey's looking to go forward and is darting in and out past his opponents, but plays out wide to Frankenborg. Frankenborg's looking for a cross, and Skinner with the shot, but nicely saved by the keeper, and out for a corner. The corner is going to be taken by Bobby Robson. Bobby Robson with the corner, whips it in, but cleared only as far as Gregory Frankenborg. Gives it to Bobby Robson. Bobby Robson with his shot that was deflected onto the post was very, very unlucky. So, tackle owners and reserves were looking to go forward, but Hayes with the interception. And Robertson gives it to Heavey. Heavey plays it to Ismail. Go on, Ismail. Ismail looks to play it to Skinner, but Skinner's shot was blocked and cleared by tackle owners and reserves. And Pearson picks up the loose ball, gives it to Heavey. Heavey plays the ball down line to Robertson. Bobby Robertson puts the ball in to Gregory Frankenborg, puts his head up wide. God's going to get this cleared. Cleared upfield. Only as far as Hung Bin Bing. The Royal Oak are doing well to recover the ball after being lost. And what can Skinner do here? Can Skinner put it across? Puts it across Gregory Frankenborg's header. Gregory Frankenborg, third goal of the season. So this is a good first half from Royal Oak. Well done, Baker. Gives it to Frankenborg. Go on, Frankenborg. Looks to go down line, but has been intercepted very, very nicely from a tackle Oniston reserve player. And Ismail picks up the loose pass and unfortunately wasn't able to slot it home. So we're going to go into half time with a 2-0 lead. Or 3-0 if there's something good comes out of this corner. Yes! Caleb Heavey puts us 3-0 up, and Swaffham Town are currently drawing 1-1. So we go around the ground. And we'll have a look in a second. Hopefully we don't concede before half time. Brilliant block. God, Skinner. Skinner. Don't know who Skinner was trying to play that to. I think he was trying to play that to Bobby Robson. Well defended by Royal Oak there. Can we get this cleared? Well cleared. Just got a few more minutes to play. Hopefully we can get this corner cleared. Going to let that go out for a throw-in, which is a Tackle-Oniston throw-in. And half-time, and we are 3-0 up. Latest scores, and Swaffham Town are drawing to University of East Anglia under 21s 1-1. This potentially could mean we could get the title. Second half, Skinner plays it to Rowlands. Rowlands plays it up to Roman Ismail. Roman Ismail to Bobby Robson. What can Bobby Robson do here? Turns his man. Plays it to Roman Ismail. Roman Ismail plays it to Skinner. Go on, Skinner. Skinner with the shot, but it's been blocked. Only as far as Gregory Frankenborg. Gregory Frankenborg to Heavey. Back to Rowlands. Rowlands with the ball into the box. But unfortunately no one's there to get on the end of it. Roman Ismail picks up the ball from their goal kick. And Roman Ismail goes for goal. But it's been saved and out for a corner. So, I think we make a couple of changes. Coming the 60th minute, I think we'll make some defensive changes. Hopefully we can get this blocked. And unfortunately, Tackle-Oniston reserves get themselves a goal back. We're praising because we are still 3-1 up. Going to make our change. Actually, we're going to make the single change. Carl Rowlands to come off for Carl Jones. So Carl Jones is coming on. Hopefully he can help out at the back so we don't potentially concede another goal. And due to energy levels, we're going to replace Caleb Heavey and Gregory Frankenborg. Well, we'll wait for this highlight to play out. And a second goal for Tackle-Oniston reserves. And it is 3-2 to Royal Oak. Caleb Heavey can come off. Tom Maureen can come on for Caleb Heavey. And then Gregory Frankenborg can be replaced by Bradley Wood Garness. Holden with the throw in. Who's he going to throw this to? unlucky from Bobby Robson there. Gonna tell the lads to focus. As things stand, out of us and Swaffham Town, we look like the ones to win. Yes! Their third goal was ruled offside. Just as I thought I was going to have to correct myself, which I don't. Oh, Swaffham Town. Swaffham Town have got themselves a goal and they are 2-1 up. Swaffham Town's 2-1 up. Can we defend? Oh no, it's 3-3. Tackaloniston reserves have got themselves an equaliser after having one ruled out 3 minutes prior. Gonna demand more from the lads. I think we got another goal or so in us. Swaffham Town are now 3-1 up. Can we get this cleared? Well saved. Can we keep this at a draw? Go, we got this. Get this cleared. Well cleared. Go on, Bobby Robson. Go on, Bobby Robson. What a ball to Wood Goddess. Go, Wood Goddess. Ah, but he's offside. And a full-time whistle. 3-3. And we have gained promotion. We have been promoted back-to-back promotions. And what a way we have done it. Only losing one game all season so far. Yeah, we had lost 5 less games than Swaffham Town under 21s have. Promoted to level 18. I'll say that again. Congratulations, you sailed promotion from the Central and South Norfolk League Division 3. How does this moment feel? I feel absolutely delighted. This is the dream come true, to come into this division, and not only come into this division by a promotion last season, we have gone on to get another promotion. Absolutely delighted. Having held what seemed to be a comfortable lead, you must be disappointed to come away with a draw. The game is finished. Now my focus is solely on the next fixture. Many people will able to turn their thoughts to next season. What are your ambitions upon sealing promotion? Can we celebrate this achievement right now, please? Do you expect Rilo to now turn professional with the goal of promotion having been achieved? I'm not too sure, really. That's something you have to ask the club. Your team failed to see out the game from a winning position. Are you worried by how many points you are throwing away? Ultimately, this is our position in the table that really matters. That game will live long in the memory for anyone who watched. What is your assessment of it? I'd rather not dwell on this match and want to move on. Public want to hear a proper answer. Gregory Frankenball had a great game for you out there. What did you make of it? Such a good player. With promotion in the bag, you must be pleased that the club appeared to be in course to realise its long-term vision. Royal Oak have secured a high proportion of their goals origin from crosses this season. Can you offer any insight? Surely you have something more. Blah, blah. The fans of Royal Oak are overjoyed as Drew Morgan and his players secure promotion from Central and South Norfolk League Division 3. A spokesperson from the official supporters club stated Morgan was the sort of manager who simply thrives on the pressure that chasing success entails. So, we then had a promotion to level 19, and then we were the champions, and then we went invincible. And now we have got another promotion on our timeline, promotion to level 18, called Royal Oak. From the very beginning, the team climbs another step on the ladder with no shortage of Apollon. I don't know what that word meant, but there we go. So we scored 111 goals in the 35 games I have managed at Royal Oak, winning 26, drawing 8, losing 1, with a win percentage of 74%. And we have conceded only 53 goals, meaning our goal difference overall is 58. In a brief statement, a spokesperson from the board declared that promotion had not been on the cards at the start of the season. The board want to put to record their gratitude to manager Drew Morgan for delivering the unthinkable. Promotion joy for Royal Oak. Player of the week was Gregory Frankenball. So we got 14 days until our next game. So we've got 2 inboxes. So we got interest for people to be our under 18s manager. Sam Ludo. Let's have a look, see if anybody with a playing career. Okay, we're going to go with the one who is interested. Got an 8 with working with youngsters. What have you got working with youngsters? 6. You got a 10 with working with youngsters. You got a 14. That's, yeah, we're going to go with you because you got 13 days until the final game of this episode. Already offered a contract to Tom Maureen. I think we already offered a contract to Tom Hayes. So, Eastern under 21s could get themselves into third in the table with a win over Yakum Reserves. Or Yakum Reserves could get themselves up to fourth in the table with a win. And Yakum Reserves get themselves up to fourth in the table with a 4-2 win over Eastern under-21s. Just realised Tacklelands and Reserves could still get relegated. So 1 inbox, and that's just about training. Try and keep Jack Ward. Let's do director of football to try and keep Jack Ward. Going to place another player on the loan list. So, inbox. Start and finish, recruitment, focus. Nothing really to look at. So we've got 3 games left of the season. Will going into the next game say that we could win the title? I do not know at this moment in time. But unfortunately we weren't able to wrap up the title last game out due to Swaffham Town winning and we drew. Skinner commits his future to the club and Bebb commits his future to the club. Jack Ward is out injured for 2 to 3 days due to a tight hamstring. And then Roman Ismail is out for 2 to 3 days with a tight groin. Well, we got 11 days till the next game, so it won't affect the upcoming game. So we got transfer deadline recruitment meeting coming up. And we need to offer a contract to Dylan Bebb, as he just committed his future. But Harbour Hill Rovers, who are semi-professional club, sit third in the table, so they're in a playoff spot. So if he decided to leave, he could potentially get promoted from a county division. And then Armelindo Mema, we've got Sutton Celtic in for him, and Sutton Celtic just gained promotion, going for a title, so are we. But that's like, because we're going to level 18, they're the level above level 18 in level 17, going into level 16. So you may well stay to see if we can get to level 17 before you think about making a move there. Armelindo Mema. And Stoke Mandeville have got promoted as well, and they're going for a title. Yeah, they're going for a title as well, Stoke Mandeville. So, whoever he chooses to go could end up winning a title and get promoted. And this one get promoted to level 12. So he'll be going into level 12. Wow. Just found Craig Fasamade. I just found Craig Fasamade. That's it. I found Craig Fasamade. Let's try and attract Craig Fasamade. The reason I got excited about Craig Fasamade is because I support Salisbury in real life, and Craig Fasamade in real life has played for Salisbury. Can we convince Craig Fasamade to join Royal Oak? That'd be massive if we could convince him. So we got our under-18s manager. So the under-18s will start their new life with their new manager. So we got 10 days. Now 9 days until the game. So, an offer made for Craig Fasamade. But we've got Oliver Skinner we need to offer a contract to. Roman Ismail, do we need to offer you a contract? Yes, we do. Dylan Bebb, I think we already offered you a contract, Dylan Bebb. Ashley Harris, we need to offer you a contract. Try and keep you. Mema. There's no point trying to do Mema. And Craig Fasamane doesn't think Royal Oak's squad is strong enough to match his level of ambitions. But if you had some sort of a level of ambitions, then you wouldn't have gone from playing for Chippenham, dropping to play amateur football for Stoke Mandeville. So, really don't understand that one. Attend the meeting. Don't know why we had the deadline day recruitment meetings, because nothing. Tom Hayes commits his future. Ben Steele is taken ill, suffering food poisoning, so he'll be out for 3 to 4 days, which won't affect too much going into this game. Well, it could affect like training a little bit, but like being able to play for the match, he should be well enough. So, inbox. Tom Maureen, we offered him a contract. And Mema. I think we might be able to offer Armand and Mema a contract now. Tom McMaureen was the best in training, and Armand Mema's not so great in training. Armand Mema looks like one of those players that could be terrible in training and be like really good on the day. So, inbox. One inbox. Did we offer Memo a contract? Yes, we did. We've got 7 days until our next game. So we got 4 inboxes. And we need to offer a contract to Jack Holden. Try and keep him. Offer to Skinner, which I think we might have already done already. And still can resume light training. So we need to make contract offer to Freddie Stanley. Tom Hayes. I think we already done Tom Hayes. Oh no, we haven't. I haven't done Tom Hayes. And Jack Ward. Already done Jack Ward. Weekly staff meeting. Place Jordan Holan on loan list. End the meeting and let's continue to our final game. So let's continue to the game. We've got some transfer window that's closing. Hopefully Freddie Stanley doesn't leave. Fingers crossed. So, got one inbox and a question from Football365. Transfer window slam shut on Thursday. Are you still looking to do business? I won't be discussing any transfer stories today. It was Slime Ridge. They are a semi-professional club. So, Slime Ridge intended you to attend an interview with them to discuss. The board are extremely impressed with your exceptional performances at Royal Oak. That's why we identify you as one of our top candidates. Interview. I'm going to decline. Not willing. Offer made for Armando Mema. But you're going to have to answer a question very, very soon about how would you go about improving the Royal Oak squad? Is there a position you'd like to improve? No comments. Why did you decline Slime Bridge invitation of an interview for their vacant manager post? I just didn't have any interest in taking them up on their offer. It's as simple as that. So on the day of the transfer window shutting, So we got 4 inboxes. Still waiting for Armin and Member to sign that contract. Ashley Harris, we offered you a contract. We only made Craig Vassamatic second best right mid at the club. Let's offer him a try at least. See if that works. Okay, he's rejected. Jack Ward commits his future. Jack Holden commits his future. Freddie Stanley commits his future. Dylan Bebb commits his future. Melinda Memo commits his future. Bobby Robson has rejected an offer from Romilly Rovers. Harris has committed his future. Bobby Robson. Let's offer you a contract. So you rejected one from elsewhere. Tom Maureen committed his future. Roman Ismail committed his future. Oliver Skinner's committed his future. And Tom Hayes has committed his future. Freddie Stanley. Need to offer you another contract because you got interest. Freddie Stanley commits his future to the club, which is nice to see. And the transfer window has been and gone. And now we can just focus on the game. Hopefully the game against Eastern under 21s will be a little bit easier due to when we played Tackaloniston reserves, they were also battling to get promoted. The friendly match between Royal Oaks and Royal Oaks youth candidates have been cancelled due to a clash with the Royal Oaks. We will attend that match. So, we're talking to BBC Radio 5 Live. Eastern under 21s are currently lying 7th place in the Central and South Norfolk League Division 3. Do you think there's a chance? I'd rather focus on the game itself than needless discussions. Do you have an update on Tom Wadby's injury? Always reluctant to talk about injury because Anything I'll say will create a level of expectation unfair to the player. Is there anything reports linking Royal Oaks with Park Regis Athletic Fergus Evans? I won't be discussing any transfer stories. A defeat could see Royal Oak lose top spot, so presumably you're stressing the importance of a good result to your players. I don't want to be chasing, I want to be leading the pack, and that means we have to do it whatever it takes to stay up top. Do you believe Gregory from Frankenborg unique skill set could make the difference against Eastern under-21s? I expect he will impress. There's been a large swell of support from your fans for your attacking intent. Is that something to continue? I love watching attacking football, and I think it's only way it exists to be consistently successful. Can we expect Oliver Skinner to get more first team opportunities now that he signed a new contract? Yes, we can. So, in the next episode, not only that we got Rockland United Reserves game, we got Yakin Reserve game, and we also got the Youth Candidate game as well. So, Waveney under-21s could get themselves out of relegation by beating Bohemian Reserve. And Bohemian Reserves could get themselves up to third in the table. And Bohemian Reserves win 6-3. And that means Bohemian Reserves go up to fourth in the table. So hopefully we can get another win, because I feel that we've been doing really well. And Whitby under-18s are facing the Royal Oak under-18s in the National U18 North East League. So, inbox. So, Eastern College will become the focus for attention this week as penniless Royal Oak travel to Eastern under-21 in search of the Central and South Norfolk League Division 3 title. Royal Oak could potentially claim the title with a win over Eastern under-21, but also require results elsewhere to go in their favour. Royal Oak could even relinquish the top spot in the Central and South Norfolk League if they lose. A win for Eastern under-21 could see them go fourth in the table. Elsewhere, Tackle-onless reserves play managerless Horsham. Tackle-onless reserves know if they are to survive, they will need results elsewhere to go in their favour. Relegation battling Rockland United will be looking to take advantage in playing the next match later than their rivals, as they already know Horsham Athletics result by the time they get underway. Royal Oak lose 3-0 to Whitby under-18s, and Royal Oak stay 10th, and Whitby under-18s are 6th in the table. Let's make some changes. You're fit, but not going to risk you. So Dylan Bebb, you come down. Going to go with Ben Lewis. Ben Lewis has done well right back. Let's have a look. Going to go with Armando Mema ahead of Bobby Robson. Going to go with Freddie Stanley ahead of Kieran Parson. Ashley Harris instead of Bradley Wood-Garness. Still going to stick with Josh Baker, but I'm going to take out Caleb Harvey for Bradley Simmons, and then Harvey can replace Tom McMurray on the bench, and I think Carl Jones instead of Rowlands to start this game. Team selection, submit team, yep, happy with that. Pleased to see Frankenborg started because he looks so at home in this setup. And then Bev said, you love to see it. So can we get ourselves a win in today's game? Fingers crossed. Eastern under-21s are managerless. Drawn, lost, 1-1, drawn. Because we drew our last game. Hopefully we don't draw this one. Because I win here and I think we win the title. Doing whatever I'm doing to their manager. Giving him a handshake or whatever you call it. Skinner plays it to Carl Jones. Carl Jones plays it to Josh Baker. Go on, Josh Baker. Plays it to Frankenborg, who plays it to Skinner, who plays it to Dylan Bebb. Dylan Bebb out wide to Freddie Stanley. And the ball has been cleared by Eastern under-21s. Well cleared by Lewis. Fortunately, our player wasn't able to win the header. Can we block? Luckily, he missed. I was lucky that he missed there. Go on, Baker. Plays it upfield. But unfortunately, Frankenborg wasn't able to get to it before the opposition. And the opposition are passing the ball nicely, but Carl Jones with a lovely interception plays the ball to Mema. Armando Mema plays it to Baker. Baker over to Frankenborg. Frankenborg has got to the ball, plays it in. But Dylan Bebb wasn't able to win the header. But it's been cleared only as far as Bradley Simmons, who plays it to Tom Hayes. Tom Hayes out wide to Freddie Stanley. Freddie Stanley back into the middle with Bradley Simmons, who plays it down the line to Armando Mema, but interception and cleared. Frankenborg with the shot outside of the box, and it's gone over. So as things stand, we will be on 37 points if the game was to end now. And we are 1-0 down. We are 1-0 down. This is not a good sign. We are 1-0 down. So we're going to demand more from the lads. Can we get this ball back? Which we should be able to. Warren Jones plays it out to Frankenborg. What can Gregory Frankenborg do? He loses out the ball, but the ball's gone to Simmons. Back to Frankenborg. Over to Skinner. Skinner! Comfortable save, and he was offside anyway. Ball over to Beb. Go on, Beb. Beb to Mema. What can Mema do here? And Gregory Frankenborg had to put us 1-0 up against Eastern under-21s, but they had a goal disallowed in the 14th minute. So I thought we were 1-0 down, but it turns out we are 1-0 up. Can we get it cleared? Cleared? Well cleared. Go on, Lewis. Clear this away. Well cleared, Freddie Stanley. What a clearance by Freddie Stanley there. Let's try and get to half time with a 1-0 lead. So we got a corner with Freddie Stanley. Freddie Stanley whips in the corner. Oh, thought Dylan Bebb had scored that. Unlucky from Dylan Bebb. Lewis throws the ball to Frankenborg. To Baker. To Jones. Jones plays out wide to Lewis. Lewis plays it back in the middle to Simmons, who plays out wide to Frankenborg. But Frankenborg loses out on the ball. And Simmons wins it straight back but loses it straight away. Go on, Lewis. Lewis plays it to Skinner. What can Skinner do here? Skinner plays it to Frankenborg. Go on, Frankenborg. And we are 2-0 up with Oliver Skinner scoring the goal. So Frankenborg ran down the line. Looked to put it across, and Skinner was on the end of it. 2 slots that home. Gonna praise again. Go on, Frankenborg. But loses out on the ball this time. Hopefully we still get to half time without conceding. Go on, Skinner. Go on, Skinner. Oh, unlucky from Skinner there. So half time and it is 2-0 Royal Oak. So second half has kicked off and Eastern under-21s are looking to attack, but the ball has been cleared and out to throw a corner. So not much has happened from the opposition so much compared to us. Mainly on the beach. I don't know what's at that. Ignore the whole beach say something about the beach. So we need to defend here and defend big. And that went rattled off the crossbar and over. Come on, this would be huge if we could win this game up. We could win this game whilst second place loses. Go on, Frankenborg. Frankenborg, just watch the run of your teammates. So unlucky there. And the ball has been pumped forward and collected by Eastern under-21s, and they lump the ball forward but still keep the ball, which I thought when they lumped it forward they weren't going to be able to keep it. Go on, square it. Yes, no. So unlucky there. Still, what game am I looking at? Come on, defend. They've got a goal back. It's now 2-1 to Royal Oak. Because Eastern under-21s have got themselves a goal back. We need to think about making some subs. Armin Mema looks injured. Tom Hayes don't look great. Okay, let's make some subs, which we have done already. So they're the 2 subs that I was making. I'm going to praise the lads because we're still 2-1 up as things stand. Hopefully this free kick doesn't go in, even being deflected, and it's out for a corner. Wonder what their urgency is going to be. Are they going to get it in quick? Yes, they are. Clear? Well cleared. Brilliant. Well done. Great work. Go on, Harris. Go on, Beb. He's not offside. Please, go. No! But he was offside anyway. Oh, Beb. If you weren't offside and that would have gone in, that would have been massive. Go on. Go. Forward. Why did we go backwards? An opportunity where we could have gone forward. Yes, Stanley. Well done. Get outfield. Get the ball back, lads. Put the pressure on. Keep putting pressure on. They're panicking. Well done. Baker, get control of that. Well done, Baker. Frankenborg's got hold of that ball now. Do a bit of magic, Frankenborg. Take him on. Get ourselves a corner. Yes, we do. You probably should have let that go out for a corner in the first place, I say. Josh Baker with the corner. What can Josh Baker do here? He's going to waste probably a little bit of time because we have time to kill. And he's going to have to put it in at some point. Put it in. Comfortable saved. Oh, he flagged for a penalty. We've got a penalty. Chance to go 3-1 up. Who's stepping up to take it? It is Josh Baker. Josh Baker. Come on. 3-1. First goal of the season for Josh Baker. And his first Royal Oak goal. And what a goal this could be for Royal Oak. Lewis to Frankenborg. Over to Lewis. Unfortunately, Lewis wasn't able to get his cross in. And we have won the game. Don't know if that meant we had won the title. Does that meant we won the title? Don't think we have won the title. Don't think we have won the title. Not yet. Anyway. I think we got the game on the Sunday. I am going to watch Swaffham Town's game. Armin and Memmer's out injured for 2 to 3 days. Post-match. Did it come as a complete shock to you when Josh Baker scored? We had a bit of a laugh about it because he didn't have the best record in front of goal. Seriously though, well done to him. He deserves it. Your team looks well on course to realise the long-term objective set out some time ago. You must surely be confident on seeing the job through. Oh, only had 2 questions. Or 3 questions, kind of. Frankenborg has impressed. Yeah, it's the purple front to go. Apparently, Berry United boss Adam Cornburn was seen at Eastern College, as he looks like he's looking at Armando Memo. So, we're going to attend Swaffham Town's game, and then that will be the end of the episode. Due to the reason I want to attend their game, because we potentially could win the title. Wait, what? When did they play their game? Oh no, maybe not. That is the end of the episode. So we're just going to sim to see how Rockland and Yakan Reserves game get on. So that is the end of the episode. Well, that will be the end of the episode after we just see the game that's just being played on the Sunday. I thought it was Swaffham Town going to be playing. But we'll find out in the next episode, I guess. And Bobby Robson commits his future to Royal Oak. And will 9th place Rockland Reserves beat Yakan Reserves, who are 6th in the table? And it was a 2-2 draw, and Yakan Reserves move up to 5th in the table, and Rockland United Reserves stay 9th in the table. So, that is the end of the episode. So, in the next episode, we'll be watching the Royal Oak Youth Candidates face off against Royal Oak's under-18s in a friendly, and then we will be watching Rockland United Reserves and Yakan Reserves as we play the last 2 league games of the season in what is going to be episode 10. So I hope you guys have enjoyed that episode, and hopefully we can bring the title to us very, very soon. But we did secure a promotion, so we will be level 18 next season. But it's just knowing what league we will be in next season. Hopefully, if we are in the Central and South Norfolk League Division 3, hopefully in level 18 it is Division 2. But knowing what happened last time when we were in level 20, going into level 19, we moved to a complete different league. So, can't get our hopes up. But yeah, so it'll be Rockland United reserves, Yackham reserves. But before those two games, we will have the Youth Candidate game to watch. And then whatever happens in that game, we'll just watch for entertainment. And then we will see if who director of football decides to sign after that game. So this has been Drewster Gamer FC, and we'll film again on Thursday. So yeah, film again on Thursday. So episode 10 will be out on Saturday. So potentially most weeks I will try and get a video out for Tuesday and Saturday. That's when I'll get videos out. So that will be, so the video is out today. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys enjoy the remainder of the season, and I'll be back with a video out on Saturday.